Oh no, we're gonna have some implosions with this sinking as well. So here we go. Yep. Well then. Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and in today's video we're back in Floating Sandbox, and today we are once again continuing our build of this ship here. So yeah guys, let's get into the video. Now first things first, let's go ahead and take a look at the suggestions that you guys gave me from the last video. Now I'm not going to be featuring every single suggestion, but I have read through them all and I have considered them. These are just the ones that I have plucked out to go ahead and review in this video. So let's go ahead and let's start with this one from Nicholas. Nicholas wants to see some small cranes on the bow, possibly a smaller version of a staircase by the cafe, I like that, and some pipe things kind of like the Lusitania had. So that is very cool. So let's go ahead, we'll consider that, we'll put that on the list of things to do for today's video, and let's move on to the next suggestion. Alright, so this comment comes in from Photography Time, and they want to see a flag at the end of the ship, as well as some vents. So yes, let's take care of those as well. They also want to know if we're going to be sharing this ship with the world, and I hope so, once we're done. So let's move on to the next suggestion. This one comes in from Charlie. They want to see lifeboats on the deck, as well as a docking bridge. So what a great idea, Charlie. So let's go ahead and we'll add those in as well in today's video. We got a lot of things to do, so let's move on to the next suggestion. Now, I'm not totally sure on the pronunciation of your name here, but they want to see a wooden wheelhouse, so that is actually something I would like to do, so we will add that in. Alright, so here we are. Now, first things first, I gotta remove these ropes, because they're not the right ropes in-game. I was told that there is actual ropes that you can add in, but I'm gonna wait until once the ship is pretty much done to add it in, get the rigging finished up. So, yeah, we're gonna get rid of these right here, and then we're going to continue our build. Now, I think I'm actually just going to go ahead and get started with the main staircase first, because that seems pretty important. It's a big thing to get out of the way, and it seems a little bit fun. So let's go ahead and let's start with that. Now, they wanted to see the staircase right behind the cafe. I think that's a great idea. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to add it in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to remove this entire lower area. That was a mistake there, what I just did. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically cut this area out. And yeah, I keep making mistakes, but don't worry. When you're building a ship, you're bound to make a couple mistakes. So there we are. And I'm actually going to make this like a wooden area. We're going to make it like a reception room or something like that. And then maybe we can make the staircase go down another deck as well. So we're kind of stripping out this area, and then we're going to make it quite lavish. So there we are. Now, I do have to make this ventilation for the funnel, or the uptake for the funnel, go all the way down and through. So yeah, it's going to kind of corner off that area. Now, actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the uptake so water can freely flow across this deck, because obviously you're not going to have an uptake that crosses the entire deck, because then you would just have a very small room. So obviously we're not going to do that. But for now, what I am actually going to do is I'm going to remove that bulkhead, because we want more space. So there we are. Definitely not going to cause any problems with the sinking later, but there we are. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in some nice wood. Now that is not the wood I'm looking for. Now we've got wood hull. Let's use this wood here. There we are. That looks pretty nice. There we are. Okay, so there's the wood. Let's go ahead and fix up some of this here. We got to make it look very nice as well. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use wooden double bottom for the stairs. So the water will actually be able to flow down the stairs as well, which will obviously be very cool. There we are. So we got both of our stairs there. Obviously, I'm going to detail those in a moment, but for now, I got to kind of build this in. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to build in the floors. This is going to be using some of the metal material, and this is going to be able to give us a bit of a difference from just the black hull, and we'll be able to see where the floors really are. So there we are. I'm going to just make this look pretty nice. There we are, and then we'll do this one as well. So we're adding a banister, obviously. Now, we need to make sure that water actually flows down into this area. So what I have to do is I have to basically make a couple holes in this floor. That's pretty easy. We just have to find a material that looks like this, which happens to be iron. We'll just add 1 or 2 holes here. There we go, 3 holes should do. And that'll allow the water to pour down into this space. Now, what I'm also going to do is I'm going to add in some windows and a skylight, because the skylight is really important for natural light to enter a space. There we are. And now we're just going to add some glass in there. It's a very creative process, this is. I really recommend that you try this out yourself, because, I mean, why not? It's really fun. So that's really thick glass. I'm just going to do that there. That looks very nice. Now, maybe we can make this look a little bit better. Let me see what I can do. While I have the glass, I might as well go ahead and add in some windows as well. So let me do that. Alright, there we are. That looks pretty good. Now, I'm not sure if I want to add a balcony or not. I'll leave it like that, and if you guys want to see a balcony, you can comment below, and maybe I'll add it. So let's go ahead and let's move on to this lower deck here. Alright, so I gotta fill this area in, and I think I'm actually just gonna use the same material that's up in the superstructure because, I mean, why not? I mean, the inside is gonna be not colored red and black, so this should be fine. Now, what I might do is I might make a watertight door right here. This might look good. Yeah, this will look fine. This looks decent. Now, what I do have to do is, since I'm building over here, is I have to add this, this ventilation all the way down. This is for the engine room. And while we're at it, we'll grab this material once again and fill in this deck as well as this deck here, so you can see where we have gotten down to in the building process. Now, what I'm going to do for these doors is I'm going to make them black and yellow, kind of like, obviously, doors that you would see in a construction site or a crew-only area, and I think that would look cool. And I think I might as well build some stairs and catwalks here because, I mean, obviously, why not? And I shouldn't use this material because that will actually stop water. I should use material that water can easily flow through. So after getting sidetracked a little bit by building in that area, let's go ahead and let's add in that wheelhouse on the bridge. So we've got the bridge here. Let's add a little bit of a wheelhouse just above it. So something like this. That looks pretty decent. And obviously I gotta add a door in, that should be pretty easy. There we go, so we got a little bit of a door. And then obviously we gotta add windows, because, I mean, you have to see. Okay, now that we have the wheelhouse, we have to add railings, because, well, you need safety. And then we'll need some stairs to get up there as well, but we'll figure that out in a minute. So the stairs might be able to go here. They'll be a bit steep, but that's fine. And there we are. Very good. So now we got some stairs going up, and then into the wheelhouse, or up to the deck for the wheelhouse. So now that we've got this done, let's go ahead and let's test the ship. Alright, so here we go. Let's put it in the water. Let's see what happens. And I've just been reminded I have to raise the water line and fix that. Yes, I'll have to make that a little more rigid. Or I could put air there. That might help as well. Now, this would also be a good opportunity to test sink it, because why not? I mean, we've got some openings. Let's see if it sinks. So we're going to have to cut up quite a bit of the ship to sink it. So there we are. Now water should somewhat flow throughout the ship. Let's kind of puncture these areas here, because obviously these would be flooding as well. A window is broken, water is pouring in. Rest in peace, the cafe. And as you can see, the staircase is now flooding. So that dome should now be flooding down in just a second. Is it going to go? That is very interesting. Oh, there it goes. Now it's broken. Well, not really. There we go. Now it's really flooding. Oh boy, we got water coming in. Let's see what the water does. Well, obviously it's filling it up nicely. Yep, there it goes. Really filling with water quick. It has gone vertical. Let's see what it does. Well, nothing much. It's just going down. Yeah, I think this is it. And there she goes. Slipping under the waves. So that was it. So let's go ahead. Let's return to the shipbuilder and keep building. Alright, so we're back. So let's go ahead and fix those railings. So yeah, air should do the trick. That will stop it from collapsing, and that will be very good. So let me just quickly check that that worked. Yes, it did. It did work. That is good. Now it is time we add in some vents. So let's go ahead and build one right at the aft end of the second funnel. So they want to see one like Lusitania, which I think was like flat, and it had this little angled bit on it, which is a little interesting, but there it is. Alright, I'm actually going to remove the lid real quick. I'm going to add in just a regular vent because I don't think I can get that angled piece on. Yeah, there we are. So there's our aft vent there, and we may be able to add in another one, but just for now, I'm gonna fix this vent in place and actually connect it into the ship. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna connect this vent into the crawl space down here, and this will be our little ventilation pathway. And obviously this ventilation is gonna lead into the engine room. So what I have to do is I have to remove this watertight door, and I'm gonna bring this vent down into the engine room compartment. So here we have the vent going down, and now all we have to do is actually, let me just build that in there. There we are. Now I'm going to go ahead and grab this material and just fill in this space down into the engine room. Then I'm going to go ahead and grab the wall material and build this up. So the vent now goes down from outside into the engine room. Now, I think we have enough space for just another one in between the two funnels, so let's do that. So now I'm going to bring these pipes all the way across, but I will be cutting holes so it kind of merges in with the uptakes. I mean, realistically, they wouldn't do that, but just for flooding dynamics, we're going to do that. So let's go ahead and let's add in some lifeboats. Now, I'm going to be using these traditional swing-out davits. These are the same ones that they used on the Lusitania, but yeah, here we go. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add in a boat. So it's just going to be a nice little boat here. Probably could hold 1, 2 people. Maybe 4 at most. So that's going to be great for the passengers on board. Rest in peace. A little bit of a lifeboat there. Now, since we're at the stern, let's add in the docking bridge. Alright, so there we are. We got our docking bridge in place. So that looks pretty decent. Alright, so the last thing we're going to do is we're going to add in some cranes at the bow. Now, I'm going to put them where the actual cargo holds were going to go, and then we'll add a cargo hold in the very front of the ship, right on the forecastle deck. So there we go. Some easy cranes there. Once again, nothing too difficult. And all we have to do is fill this in with air so it doesn't break apart and die. So there we are. Alright, so that looks pretty decent, and why not start out on a cargo hold? Let's plan it out real quick, and then we'll obviously add it in a later video. But I'm thinking about adding one right over here, and maybe one right over there. So that is where we're going to be doing our cargo holds. Oh, and I almost forgot, we got to add a flag onto the stern. I got a lot of comments about that, so let me go ahead and let me add that in. Alright, so there it is. Let's go ahead, let's spawn it in, and let's sink it one final time. Alright, so here we go, and why not a stern sinking? That might be interesting. Oh, I may have broken off the stern a little bit too much there. Well, at the bottom of the ship at the stern. Now we got water pouring in quite a bit. Let me add a little more damage there. There we are. We've had a horrible collision, and now water is flooding the ship. Well, at least the pool's gonna get a refill. There we are. Let's see if we can free that lifeboat. Come on. Let's cut free that lifeboat, quick! There it is! Wow. Oh, it did a flip. Very nice. Oh. Well, it capsized. There we are. Oh, nope. Oh, it's going everywhere. Anyways, back on the ship, it is not doing well. As you can see, it is beginning to climb out of the water, the bow is. And, oh boy, that staircase is beginning to flood. Oh no, we're gonna have some implosions with this sinking as well. So here we go. Yep. Well then. I think the ship is a lost cause at this stage. Well then, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and a comment, and I'll see you next time, guys. Goodbye.